Hello students, today we are going to see your next practical, that is spherometer. We also have seen the one of your practical, that is vernier caliper, and then we have seen micrometer screw gauge. Today we have to learn how to use a spherometer. So first we will see how this spherometer is constructed and how it is used to find out the radius of curvature of opaque surfaces. Now let us see first how this spherometer looks like. Now this instrument you are finding here is called as spherometer. There are different types of spherometer which are used to find out radius of curvature. So it is one of them. Here you are finding two scales. Here the upper surface you are finding, it is the circular scale. It is rotating in the way like this. You have to use this screw to rotate this. Then it is having one scale, that is the main scale. You are finding here readings on this as 0, 5, 10 on lower side and 0, 5, 10 on upper side. Then along with it is having three legs. You are finding here there are three different legs of this spherometer, and this middle one here you are finding, this is the middle one screw which is you have to adjust to touch the surface. It may be plain surface, it may be a curved surface, and you have to rotate this one so that screw, middle screw, you can be used to fix it to the object. So this is called as spherometer. These three legs, they are fixed, and we have to use this to keep on a plain surface or to keep it on a opaque surface. So this is one of the spherometer. Now you will also find along with it, this is also a spherometer. Here you are finding this is also a spherometer. It is again having three legs, central one screw, then it is having this circular scale, and one is here, that is main scale. This spherometer is called as a double disc. As it is having two discs, we are going to call it as double disc spherometer. Now this spherometer, their readings are different, as their main scale divisions are different, their list count varies from instrument to instrument. Now here you are finding that on main scale you are finding different linings. Here 0, 10, you are finding some like this. You will find it like this. So list count of such instrument is again different. So this is one type of spherometer. Now we will again see another one type, and that is this one also. This is also a spherometer. It is also a double disc spherometer. You will find again the legs of this spherometer like this, and a circular scale you are finding here like this. You will find number of lines on this circular scale. You will get it now. You will be able to find it on the screen. Yes, now you are finding again the 10, 20 like this up to 90, and then there are again 10 lines between 0 to 90. So total number of lines on the circular scale, they are 100. Now again you will find a scale here, main scale, and on this main scale you are finding, on this standing scale you are finding here, you are finding number of lines as again, just look at here, you will find 0, 5, 10 on upper side and 0, 5, 10 on lower side like this. So this is again a spherometer. So different types of spherometer are there, as three types of spherometer are available in our laboratory. I am showing you these three types of spherometer, and the purpose of this spherometer is used to find out the radius of curvature of curved surfaces or opaque surfaces, we can say. So whenever we have to use this spherometer, we have to find out the list count of this instrument. Now we can use here one spherometer, and through which we can find out the radius of curvature of this glass plate. This is the plain glass plate. This is convex surface and concave surfaces. So using, as we know that these are opaque surfaces, we can use this to find out radius of curvature. It means we can find out the height of the base to the upper surface using spherometer. So we have to use this for finding out the radius of curvature of this plane surface, then concave and convex surfaces. But before using this, first we will find the least count of this spherometer. Along with least count, you have to find out the distance between these three legs. Now, how will you find the distance? We can measure it with the help of scale also, but we can use another method. Now, we have to use a paper and we have to put these legs on this paper and you have to press it. After pressing it, we will get three different points, and whenever you will get three different points, we can connect that point and then we will join them and we can measure it so that we can get an accurate reading. So we will see how to find out the length between the 3 points. So let us see here. Here I am pressing these spherometer legs on a paper. After pressing, I am finding 3 different points. So after joining these points, I am measuring this distance with a scale, and after it I can see that the distance between the 3 legs. Then you have to find out the mean distance. So we can add these 3. Suppose it is A, B, C. So distance between A plus B, AB plus BC plus AC, and divide it by 3. That will be your mean distance D. So it is 3 centimeter. So your mean distance small d is equals to 3 centimeter. So let's go ahead. Now here, as we know that before using this instrument, we have to find out the least count of this instrument. What is least count? It is the smallest reading of that instrument. Again, why to find out least count? For accuracy in your measurement, we have to find out the least count of any instrument. So let us see here. Now the formula to find out the least count is pitch of the screw, or we can also say it as value of smallest division on main scale. Now, as I told you that there are 2 scales of this spherometer. This is your circular scale which is rotating in circular way, and this is your main scale. So here on main scale, you are finding your readings as 0, 5, 10 on lower side and 0, 5, 10 and on upper side. Now here, as we are finding lines 0 to 5, 10, again 0, 5, 10. So in place of this, if you are measuring this as 0, 1, 2, it means lower 10 you can consider as 0, middle 0 you can consider as 1, and upper 10 you can consider as 2. So it will be easy for you to take out the readings. Now let us consider that your lower 10 is 0, middle 0 is 1 and upper 10 is 2. Why we have to do so? Because it will be easy for us to take out the readings. Now whenever I am saying that your lower 10 is 0 and middle 0 is 1, so there will be 10 lines between 0 to 1. If there are 10 lines between 0 to 1, value of each line is 1 mm. Now 1 mm is 0.1 centimeter. So here value of each line on this main scale is 0.1 centimeter. So you can write your first observation as pitch of the screw is equals to 0.1 centimeter. Now next, here you are finding lines, or we can say that you are finding readings, because these are pure numbers from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and after 90 you will find a 0 here. Now again you are finding 10 lines between 90 to 0. it means this is your 100 reading. So as there are 100 lines on the circular scale, we can write total number of readings on the circular scale as 100. So as per your formula, list count is equals to pitch of the screw upon total number of divisions on circular scale. So it is 0.1 upon 100 is equals to 0.001 centimeter. So this will be the list count of this spherometer. Now, before using this, we have to find that whether we have scrolled this, whether we have rotated this circular scale too much upper side here or too much lower side, because if you are rotating this screw too much upper side, it will not get balanced, and if it is getting imbalanced, then your reading will not be accurate and the three legs will not touch the surface. Look at here, you will find that whenever this middle screw, it will go below, it will float on the surface and you will get an inaccurate reading. So whenever we will put it on a surface, we have to check whether there is any space between the middle screw and that surface. So let us see how we have to check the reading. Now this is the plane surface. I am using a plain glass to check out the reading. For it, I am keeping this spherometer on the surface. Now whenever I am keeping it on the plane surface, I have to check whether the middle screw or the middle one screw is touching the surface or not. We can observe it in two ways. First, we can check it by putting a paper below the surface, below the screw, and another one by finding the reflection of the screw on the plane surface. अगर प्लेन सरफेस के अंदर आप रिफ्लेक्शन देख रहे हो, उसमें आप इजीली ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हो कि whether that central screw is touching the surface or not. Here we can use a paper. Now here this is the paper and I am finding it by pushing it below that screw. Yes, the paper is not moving. It means it is touching properly to the surface. And also I am observing the reflection of this central screw and it is touching correctly to the surface. Now in this situation, in this condition, now we have to take the reading because the central screw is exactly touching the surface. There should not be any space between the surface and the central screw. Now how we have to take the reading? We have to check whether the circular scale is matching with main scale at which line. As we have considered, for lower 10 as 0, middle 0 as 1 and upper 10 as 2. If we are considering lower 10 as 0, your reading for this is now, it is 1 exactly, because your circular scale is matching exactly, it is touching exactly to the main scale. Now the point at which it is touching exactly to this main scale, you will get the reading. Now here I will show you. Here the circular scale, just look at here. You don't have to rotate now. After touching it, you will find that yes, the circular scale is matching exactly with 0. As I said that whenever you have to consider this 10 as 0, 0 as 1 and upper 10 as 2, your main scale reading is 1 now. It is exactly 1. Then circular scale, उसकी reading किस तरह से लेनी है? Now you have to find out the number of line. It is a pure number. It is not in points. So you are finding that it is 20, 21, 22, 23. Now this is, you have to find out the number of line which is touching exactly to the main scale. Here you will find that after 20, it is 3 lines ahead. Okay. So your line number 23 is exactly matching with your main scale. So your CSD, that is circular scale division, is 23 now. As your main scale reading is 1 centimeter, your circular scale division is 23. So your CSR, that is circular scale division, is the multiplication of CSD into LC. Now as your list count is 0.001 and your CSD is 23, your CSR will be 0.023. Now next you have to find out total reading. Total reading is the addition of MSR plus CSR. Your MSR is 1 centimeter and your CSR is 0.023. So your total reading will be 1.023. So this will be your first reading to find out for this plane surface. Now again we have to take the readings in the same way for this plane surface, because if you are taking more than one reading, so that your reading will be more accurate reading. So again in this way, again we will keep this spherometer on another side of the plane surface. Now again we will see whether there is any gap between the central screw and the plane surface. As it is a plane surface, your readings for the same plane or the same glass, your readings are almost same. Now just we will see here. Yes, again your main scale reading is 1 centimeter and here your CSD, that is circular scale division, it is 22 now. So you can write your reading now. So your MSR is 1 centimeter, your CSD is 22. So your CSR will be 0.022 and your total reading will be 1.022. Now third reading. Whenever you are using such instrument, you have to keep it on different sides. Central side, left side, right side. Because as this is a plane surface, your readings will almost match with each other. But it is not so in case of concave and convex surfaces. As surfaces will different, readings will also differ. Now here on this side we will put it. Again we will check whether there is any space between the surface and the central screw. Now again there we will check it by putting a paper. Here paper is not going inside, it means it is touching exactly. Again we have to check it. So again your reading. So what is your reading on the main scale? It is again 1 centimeter. You can find it here. Okay, because your middle zero we are considering as 1 and on the circular scale. Just check it out again. It is again 22. You can find here, yes, 20, and this 22nd line is exactly matching with main scale. So your reading is 22. CSD is your 22. So your again CSR will be 0.022 and your total reading will be 1.022. Now your total readings for these plane surfaces are 1.023, 1.022 and 1.022. Now you have to add these 3 readings, and after adding these 3 readings you have to divide it by 3. That will be your average reading and we have to call it as X. Similarly we have to use convex surface and concave surface. So initially we will consider a concave surface. This is the concave surface. Now we have to keep this spherometer on this concave surface. As we know that it is having some depth. So we have to rotate the screw and the central screw, it should touch the surface. Now it is touching the surface. Again we can check it by putting a paper below it. Yes, the paper is not passing. Yes, it is passing. So if the paper is passing, you have to again rotate it and you have to check it. So again, yes, it is not passing through the screw now. So it is exactly matching with the surface. Now I kept your spherometer like this. Now I have to take the reading. Now by rotating this screw, we have to check whether it is properly fitted to the surface or not. Yes, it is properly fitted to the surface now, as paper is not passing through the central screw. Now again take out the readings. So let us see what is your reading now. This is. Now in this case we can again find that your main scale reading is again 1. Let us see here, it is matching with 0. So it is 1. Now this surface, it is touching to the circular scale at 30 exactly. You can find here. So your CSD is 30 now. Just find here, you can observe here. Okay. So your MSR is 1, your CSD is 30. So your CSR will be 0.030 and your total reading will be MSR plus CSR. So it is 1.030. In the same way, you have to take 2 more readings for this concave surface, and you will find out, you have to find out again the average of these 3 reading, and you will get your average reading for concave surface, that will be your Y. And the last part of this experiment, you have to find out again for this convex surface. Now let us see, this is your convex surface. You can find it in my hands. Just this is the convex surface. As this is convex surface, your reading will again vary. So we have to again rotate the central screw. It should touch the surface. Yes, it is touching now. Now whenever the surface is touching, your reading will again vary. So we can check it out now. Again find out the reading. Now here you are observing that your main scale reading is again 1. It is 1 you must be finding on the main scale. It is 1 again. And here you are finding your reading as 54 on the circular scale. You must be observing 54. Isn't it? This is 54. Again you have to take the readings, 2 more readings for this convex surface, and then you have to observe it for 2 different readings. Then you have to take the average of these 3, and then you will get your average reading as Z. So in such way you can find out the average readings for plane surface, concave surface and convex surface, and that your average reading will be X, Y and Z. So whenever you are finding X, Y and Z, you can find out H1, that is sagitta of concave surface and sagitta of convex surface, but that will be your H2. So by using the formula for R1, that is radius of curvature, and R2 for radius of curvature for convex and concave surface, we can find out the radius of curvature by using this spherometer. Thank you.